He is Vahe Gregorian, and I am Blair Kerkhoff, and we are on the court at Wells Fargo Arena one day before the Kansas Wildcats will take on the Connecticut Hoosiers, at least according to the ribbon board here in Wells Fargo Arena. I think that's something they're going to get cleared up before tip-off
I
time.
think they will. Either that or it'll be dogs and cats sleeping together, the entire world tilted on its axis. But I think you're right. I think that's just they're stretching themselves out before the game.
I think that's what it is. Big game for Kansas, of course, the top seed in the South region, taking on the number 9 seed UConn Huskies. You know, it's a big game for Bill Self, isn't it?
It is. And we've talked about this. I think we even talked about it in our podcast on the way up, or at least before and after as we drove. Getting past this round, right now it's a little bit of an anvil over his head. I mean, and obviously he's done it before. I think it's 10 Sweet 16s he's been to in his career. But there's a little bit of a trend right here now, and this is the overall number 1 seed in the tournament. I think we can have different definitions of what success for this team will mean, but certainly it has to start with getting past Connecticut.
I agree. Last time he was the overall number 1 seed, lost in this round to a number 9 seed, UNI in Oklahoma City back in 2010. For Kansas to get it done, they're going to have to attack that Connecticut defense, which was terrific in the victory over Colorado in the first round. Colorado had a 9-point halftime lead. Connecticut turned up the pressure in the second half, and boom, that game was over. I mean, it was incredible. And the Connecticut had 8 steals, 8 block shots in that game. Kansas has to find a way to beat that pressure. It reminds me a little bit of West Virginia's pressure. How do you see this thing going tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. I feel like there's the chance that if Kansas just sort of has the same kind of poise we started seeing down the stretch in the regular season, the way they held up into the Big 12 tournament, that they'll weather any storm. But you compare them a little bit to West Virginia. I don't know if they've seen this kind of defense in the end, and I think it's just going to come down to the end. I don't really see either team pulling away.
You know, we see Kansas play so often. We always kind of think of their flaws and ways they can be beaten. I don't know. They've won 15 in a row now. They've beaten good teams. They've beaten good teams on the road. I got to think Kansas finds a way to get this done and gets to Louisville next weekend.
Finds a way is what I think too, and I'm not sure know what that is, but you make a great point. We don't think of Connecticut that same way, right? We're seeing all of Connecticut's upside and what might make Kansas vulnerable. Connecticut has its own weaknesses too, obviously.
They do. All right, so for Vahe Gregorian, I'm Blair Kerkhoff. Follow the coverage of the NCAA tournament in the print editions of the Kansas City Star online at kansascity.com.